We certainly feel confident being more prepared. We've seen balls in the sun. We've taken balls on the ground off of dirt. We've taken BP outside to see where the ball's flying. We've had pitchers throw off real mounds. So from a coaching standpoint, it gives you a little more confidence knowing that you've practiced and ready to go. I think it puts a little more pressure on you because you don't have the excuses that we're coming out of the gym. We're not snowbirds coming out of the gym. We're ready to go, and hopefully it will translate to some success in the field.
This year we're definitely fortunate enough to get outside before the Florida trip. Last year we were unable to practice outside before heading down south, so that obviously offers an advantage to us. We put in a ton of work with Coach St. Cyr in the weight room, and I think that will be especially helpful for the amount of freshmen we have. We got a really young team. All those kids have come in and really pushed the older guys and the returners, and have created a lot of competition at each position. So should be good, exciting.
Every year is a new team. Every year is a different mix. I think chemistry and how the lineup works certainly fluctuates year to year. So even on years when you think you have returning players in place, it's a completely different look. And I think that's one of the great things about the Southern trip is that we get to spend, a good full week playing every day to see, who we are and what we're going to be. I do like the fact that we've got some veteran presence back in the lineup with Owen Shea and Jack Halpin. They've had a lot of at-bats, so we're going to look to their leadership and, draw on their experience a little bit. We're going to have a lot of young guys playing in a lot of spots, both on the field and on the mound, so I think that's the exciting part of it.
We did return a lot of our big bats, but we also lost a lot of at-bats as well. And I think the coaches did a great job bringing in a great recruiting class of, I think, about 10 or 12 freshmen. Most of them can swing the bat really well, and like I said, we're really deep this year, especially offensively. There's competition at all 9 spots, and usually when that occurs, that will breed a competitive nature of the team, and things should go well.
What happens on this trip, and what you got to find out pretty quickly is, who's going to have what roles on your pitching staff. We have a pretty good idea of where things are going to fall, but in baseball things constantly change. So we're looking forward to having some guys establish where they're going to fall in the order, and then I think we want to find what our offensive rotations will be, so to speak. We have a lot of guys that can play, and we want to see who's hot and where the right mix and where the right balance is.
Pitching definitely seems to always be the key. We lost a lot of experienced veteran arms, but then again we got a lot of returners, some guys who threw some quality innings for us last year. A lot of younger guys have stepped up all winter and shown that they're ready to pitch in the big games. So yeah, we're deep. We have a lot of arms that could throw at any situation, whether that be out of the pen or to start a game.
Pitching and defense always puts you in good position, but I think to be good in this league and to be good in New England Division III baseball, you have to be really well-rounded. You can't rely just on pitching because you got to be able to score runs, and then you can't just bash the ball because you got to play good defense. There's a lot of good teams. Our conference is stacked. It's been really strong for a long time, so there's not a lot of room for error. So I think the team that is consistent throughout the year, that plays mistake-free baseball, who's got a little bit of a competitive edge to them, I think is going to rise to the top at the end. But you can't let your guard down for 1 second in New England baseball, and certainly NewMac baseball the last 10 years. There's no easy weekends, and one pitch can change your whole season, so you have to really be mentally ready for that.
The main job for us is to lead by example, kind of show them the Babson baseball culture and how things are done. And they're young, but they don't play like freshmen. They were kind of thrown into the fire in the fall, and they've done well. We've talked often about peaking at the right time. We don't want to peak this coming Friday. We want to peak come the NewMac tournament. We want to play that final weekend, something that we've fallen short of the past few years. So we want to build up and not necessarily be playing our best baseball this coming Friday. We want to be aggressive and bring focus and energy every game. Last year we had a few multiple game skids where maybe the focus or energy wasn't there, and obviously we need to change that if we want to be playing on that final weekend.